Hello, Cardinal Nation. Welcome back to another episode of Cardinal Nation News. I'm your host, Trey Gotzi, here with your March news. Our third 9 weeks test will begin on March 10th and March 11th. Report cards go out on March 25th. Make sure you show those to your parents. Our spring break will be March 29th through April 2nd. Our West Tennessee Honor Band auditioned virtually this year. Congratulations to Zachary Cates, Christian McKenzie, Zachariah Richter, Marcus Robinson, Mackenzie Sailors, Emily Ward, and Joshua White. Coming along with March is also one of the most stressful days of the year. We know a lot of students are stressing about the ACT, which will be on March 16th, but we have a plan to help you.
Oh my God, the ACT is less than 3 weeks away, and I'm beyond stressed. These practice books are not helping. I need help.
Has this ever happened to you? Call the ACT hotline.
Okay, let me call the ACT hotline.
ACT Hotline, this is Sydney speaking. How can I help you?
I need help!
Sure, I got a few tips for you. Make sure you get plenty of sleep the night before the test. Be sure to answer every single question. There's no penalty for guessing. And forget the right answer, find the wrong one. ACT hides the correct answer behind wrong ones. So when you cross off one or two answers, the correct answer can become more obvious.
All right, thanks ACT hotline.
Hello, I'm Austin with more school news. Senior ad forms are due on March 17th. Full payments on those are due on April 8th. Student council applications are due on March 25th. See Ms. Burke if you're interested in that. Color Guard auditions are being held on the 11th and 18th in the band hall, and Pie Week is March 8th through the 11th. Congratulations to Melody Webb, Lily Kozlowski, Evan Torres, Lily Mashburn, Whitney Garland, Hannah Edwards, Cassidy Jones, and Sophia Piedra for making All-West Choir, and congratulations to Evan Torres and Lily Kozlowski for making All-State. Now on to Sydney and Jemiah with our Student of the Month interviews.
I'm Sydney Mitchell, and I'm here with our underclassmen student of the month, Haley Leopard. Hey. Haley, I know you're heavily involved here at Brighton High School. Can you tell us a few things that you do?
I'm an FFA, and so that entails leadership skills, development with your career developments and all that stuff. And so you learn a lot about that and getting you ready for your future plans for college and all that stuff. It's a great, CDE to CTE to get into.
Speaking of FFA, we know that you're the vice president of this chapter. Do you have anything in particular planned for FFA in the future?
Well, this week's FFA week, and so we're really focused on getting all the freshman members pumped up to get them more comfortable with us, to where we have members whenever we leave that do competitions and stuff. So really, we're just focused on getting more members involved.
That's a great answer. Last question, kind of a silly one. What color do you think best describes your personality and why?
I would probably say green, because I like to think of myself as a down-to-earth person.
All right, well, thank you for joining us today, and on to Jemiah with our Senior Student of the Month interview.
Thank you, Sydney. I'm Jemiah Delaney, and I'm here with our Senior Student of the Month, Jeremiah Wilson.
How y'all doing?
All right. What are some things that you participate in school?
Football and Spanish Honor Society.
All right, that's good. You played football for the past 4 years. How has that impacted you?
It definitely changed the way I acted in class with the up downs. It broke me mentally and physically, and it just made me want to do better for the team.
All right, that's great. This is a less serious question.
All right.
What color do you think best represents your personality and why?
Blue.
Why?
I just like to swim.
All right.
I'm Jordan with Club News. We started off March with FFA week. Monday we have Quarantine Day. Tuesday we have Tennessee Day. Wednesday we have Wild West versus Wall Street. And Throwback Thursday, you wear any old FFA apparel. And Foreign Language Week is March 8th through the 11th. Monday we have Merci Monday. Tuesday, wear your socks. Wednesday, members get lunch and wear your t-shirts. Thursday is Jalapeno Thursday. 29 DECA members advance to state, which will be March 8th and 9th. Host of state starts March 10th and 11th. Round 2 will be March 22nd and 23rd. We interviewed Ms. Smith about FBLA, so on to Sarah with that.
Hello, I am Sarah, reporting from home, and I'm going to interview Ms. Danielle Smith who manages FBLA. What would you like people to know about FBLA?
So FBLA is a really good tool to help you develop leadership skills in high school and in college, and if you're pursuing a career in business.
Cool. How does FBLA impact students during high school and after, during their later careers?
Okay, so like I said, obviously developing leadership skills and learning how to social network with students from your school, from other schools at competitions. You can showcase your talents, like if you're really good at interviewing or coming up with business proposals, things like that, whenever we have competitions when it's not COVID. And also there is a college version of FBLA, which is called Phi Beta Lambda, that you can join as well.
It's really interesting. I didn't realize there was a, I suppose, sorority or fraternity given the Greek lettering. How do you join FBLA?
So you have to have a business class, either be enrolled in one for that school year or have taken one previously from me or Miss April Howard, who's also my co-advisor. And we have an online application on our website, on the school website.
What are these business classes that you can take, in any examples, given that you have leadership skills and such?
Okay, so if you are enrolled or have been enrolled in business management, business communications, accounting, computer applications, coding, computer science, any of those, or personal finance, makes you eligible to join FBLA.
Awesome. And what events happen in FBLA?
So because of COVID, obviously, we haven't had very much. We had FBLA week, the week right before we got out of school for the snow. And basically we just had a pizza day for member appreciation.
Sounds fun. I would assume there's also competitions and such when there isn't COVID.
Yes, we did have some virtual competitions, but because they are virtual, not many of our students wanted to participate this year, which I understand because it's a different, type of experience for sure.
Very understandable. Well, thank you for your time. I hope a lot of people will look into FBLA after this. I am in my senior year, unfortunately, I can't myself, but everyone else I think should definitely look into it, for it seems to definitely help later in life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? I'm JD with your sports news for the month of March. You know what March means? Spring sports are starting up. Let's start off with the baseball team. They've got 2 tournaments this month, the Lou Harris Tournament and the Flag City Classic Tournament, and they've also got their first baseball game against Liberty on the 29th. Going on to the other side of the field, to the softball team, they've got their first game against Covington on the 23rd, a game against St. Benedict's on the 24th, and a game against Mumford on the 27th. Now let's go over to the track field. The track has their first track meet at Millington on the 25th. Going to the other side of the school, you have the tennis team having their first tennis matches on the 16th against Covington and on the 23rd against Millington. Lift-a-thon's coming up. You can see us here getting ready for that. We went and talked to Coach Brewer for some more information.
All right, thank you. I'm here with Coach Brewer now, and I'm going to ask him about the lift-a-thon. So can you tell us what that is, when that is, and where that is?
All right, the lift-a-thon is going to be here at the Nest, Brighton High School on March the 25th. I think that's Thursday night. So it gives us the opportunity to treat it like a game as far as for the guys, how hard they've been working, how much they've sacrificed this off-season. The lift-a-thon itself is an opportunity for everybody from the community to come out and just like it's a Friday night game, to see what the guys have invested in this entire offseason. Basically, we're going to be maxing out for bench and squat. Everything I've been going back and forth thinking about want to do one lift for the guys, just to allow people to see how hard these guys have been working. It's a fundraiser for us. We'll be taking taking donations at the door. And just come out, support, inviting out the whole community of Brighton, the Brian faithful is what I like to call them. Just come see the guys have great energy, have great passion about what they've been doing and how hard they've been working.
I'm Sierra, reporting from Brighton High School. Last week, a sprinkler hit in room 219, busted, causing over 40 rooms to flood from the 100 to 300 hallway. I went out into the field to find out more information, and as you can see, the damage is substantial. We talked to a few teachers to see how they were affected.
The sprinkler had burst in my room this morning, 219, and it's been a bit of a challenge. We all as teachers had to work that were affected by the flood in different rooms for the last week, and trying to communicate with students online when they were ready to come back from the snow. Nothing in my room was really much damaged except for papers that were lying out on surfaces that of course just had to be thrown away because they were ruined with the sprinkler head bursting. I'm surprised more didn't get ruined, quite honestly. The ceiling projector was not affected, the boards on the wall were not affected, just the floors obviously were, but it could have been a lot worse.
So I was affected in a few different ways. First of all, I missed my students for a week and a half because we had snow and then we had a flood. So I missed them for basically 2 weeks. I did not see my students. The other thing that really affected me was I lost several scientific posters up throughout the room that had fallen down and gotten soaked. And then my flooring is all gone, so now we're on entirely concrete floors, which sometimes bothers your posture and your feet. And we also had to work out of the cafeteria. So we moved our stuff out of our rooms to work in the cafeteria for a week while they were able to tear up all the tiles so we wouldn't have mold and other bacteria growing throughout the school.
My room was flooded. I got the best of a bad situation though, because my room was on the, I hate to say uphill side, but this side of the hallway was worse than my side. And I'm towards the end of the hallway. So I had less than 2 inches of water in my room. And the only thing that was damaged was a box of yearbooks. I think about 5 or 6 books were damaged. The computers dried out, so that was great. The people who came and worked in our room were fantastic. Like, he explained to me exactly like where things went wrong. They were great. It was the best of a bad situation.
Thank you for tuning in to the March episode of Cardinal Nation News. Remember, Cardinal Nation, to always #be kind.